Another Monday, another Q&A. What's up, everyone? Saintsfan back again with another GTA 5 video, and today I'm going to be answering some more of your guys' questions about GTA Online that you guys asked on Twitter using the hashtag AskSaints. So hopping right into this, we have Johans, will the Tron bike release tomorrow? So yeah, we don't know officially, but that's what it's looking like. A few of the leaks are pointing towards the Tron bike and the Tron outfits and the Tron Adversary mode all being released tomorrow. The only thing that I could see stopping it would be the presidential election, which I completely forgot that the Tron bike would be coming out on that day. So maybe, if anything, they might hold it off till Thursday, but I feel like this week we're going to get the Tron bike. Next one from Derp. This is an interesting question. So, do you think that Rockstar could release another shark card before GTA Online ends, like what they did with the Megalodon card? So, do I think there's going to be a bigger shark card than the Megalodon? No. Only because you know how mad the community would get if they did that? I mean, it's bad enough shark cards are in the game, and, you know, the prices are what they are, but if they had a shark card that was more than $100, $100 is the one that's the most expensive in the game. That is, by itself, that is crazy, because the game itself costs $60. If there was one that was more than that, I don't know what would happen. What they could do, what they should have done, which will probably never get done, is if they did want to add another one, they could keep it at $100, but instead of getting 8 million, you get 12 million, or you get 15 million, and then the Megalodon, the 8 million, would just bump down to maybe $75, and then they could just bump down the prices, because at the moment, $20, that gives you 1.25 million. That gives you nothing in the game for the most, like, that's barely a car. That's not even a good, I mean, well, I guess it's if you get one of the old cars, it's good, but that doesn't even give you the Zentor or the T20 or any of the new stunt vehicles. So I could see something like that happen, but because GTA Online and these shark cards are making them so much money, I doubt they're going to change anything. Vote for higher with the next one. Do you think that the Lost Slam Van will be restored to GTA 5 Online? At this point, I think that out of the cars that are in the game or that can be spawned, like the Lost Slam Van, like the Duke of Death, they are never going to come to GTA Online. The Lost Slam Van could have been perfect for the Biker DLC, but it didn't come. The Duke of Death would have been perfect as well, and that didn't come. So at this point, any of the cars that are in the game, I don't think will ever come. I think the stunt update that released the few livery cars that they have in the game, that was the last they're going to do, which sucks because, you know, there are some really cool ones, but they've had their opportunities and they have not acted on them. So at this point, I don't ever see it happening. Martin, do you think, or do you reckon Rockstar Games will make a Tuners and Outlaws DLC to please the community, much like the Bikers DLC? So quickly, just to reiterate my stance on this, what's going to happen, if anything, is they'll take some of the ideas from that DLC concept and add it into a DLC they already are going to make. They're not going to completely make that DLC from scratch to appeal to the community, but they'll definitely take some things from it, like they've done with the Biker DLC, like they've done with the Lowrider DLC, and a few other DLCs in the past. Johnny, do you think North Yankton could be a cool Christmas Adversary mode location if there is a Christmas DLC in planning? So, I mean, I guess this kind of makes sense, and you might have thought about this already, but I never really imagined that. And since this would be the third year that a Christmas DLC would happen in GTA Online, to make it a little bit different, instead of just releasing snow like they've done the last 2 years, going to North Yankton in a legit way would actually be kind of cool. Now, whether that's in an adversary mode, like you say, or if that's in some other game mode, or maybe there's just like I don't know, some sort of way where you could go in online, I think a lot of people would kind of enjoy that. And if it would be just a limited time thing, or something that just stays in the game forever, that could be a way they could use North Yankton a little bit more than what they may have planned. And then the last question, the question of the day from Top Crazy, what would be the best DLC for you in GTA Online? It's now past 3 years that GTA Online's been out. There's been like 30 DLCs, all which were free. And I'm actually kind of curious, what DLC do you think is the best, or which one was the best for you? I'll actually flip the script here and say the worst DLC for me was probably the Flight School update. I know that added a few decent things, but just the amount of hype that went into that and the amount of false sort of advertisement from the trailer that Rockstar released, that DLC was so disappointing. So I would say for me that was the worst. Now, as for the best, this is going to be tough. Obviously, the past few DLCs have been incredible. The heist, the motorcycle club, that added like one of the best features in the game to call any bike at any time without waiting. So I love it for that. The CEO update, that added some really cool things. I mean, I love being able to spawn a buzzard Going back to the lowrider, that gave way to the Sultan RS and the Banshee and a bunch of other really amazing customization. And then obviously with the CEO stuff, there came the yachts. So, you know, that's a really awesome addition. I mean, who would have thought we would ever have yachts in GTA Online? Heist might be up there for some people, but honestly, I didn't have that much fun with Heist. I mean, the missions were cool, but I just had so many connection problems and so many problems that made me not enjoy them. We would always get into a lobby, and then right as we get in and finally start playing, it would kick someone. And then because you had to have 4 people, we couldn't play, and it was just a mess. So unfortunately, that kind of influences my opinion on the heists, but I don't know. This is really a tough question. Another one I completely forgot about, the stunts update. I mean, that gave way to a ton of new vehicles, some of which are the best in the game at the moment, and the races. I mean, the races, even though I have not played a few in a while, it was something that's just completely different, and it opened up the fun aspect of GTA Online. If I had to sit down, like if you had a gun to my head and said pick one though, I think I would have to go with the Bikers DLC, and I don't know if I'm saying this because it's just the most recent, but it added a ton of awesome features. I mean, the businesses kind of are good. It sucks that they're grindy missions, and the fact that they're in public lobbies, you know, you got to deal with griefers. But there have been some pretty decent ones that I've done. Like, there's some good variety there. Apart from that, though, just the small things. I mean, it added the clubhouse, which gave us another 10-car garage. Well, 10-bike garage. So that's really cool. And the interior is really fun and really different, I guess. And the locations of them, I'm glad we finally got some places to go, properties up at the north of the map. The clothing, I mean, I'm big on clothing, so having all these really awesome features. That half mask might be one of the coolest things that they've added to GTA Online, just to make these outfits, you know, that we make unique and even cooler. So that's really awesome. I mean, like I was saying earlier, the interaction menu, being able to go in there and call any bike at any time, whether it was even in your clubhouse or not, that's huge. And on top of that, the Biker DLC gave me probably my favorite bike in the entire game, the e.lga.to drag. It sucks that I can't wheelie on it because there's some fun things you can do with wheelie in GTA Online, but the fact that it's fast is awesome. You know, the performance is really good, but I love the way it looks. The customization might not be the greatest, at least compared to some of the other bikes they've had, but the livery, I love the liveries, and I'm not entirely sure what it is. I guess it might be just like the drag wheel on the back, because I never really liked the regular e.lga.to. I still don't own one, but this one I absolutely love. And then another thing, you can have 8 people in your biker club, which is actually awesome for me. And maybe I'm like in a minority here, but since whenever I join lobbies, there's usually a ton of you guys in there, we can get like 6, 7, even 8 people in our own little club. And that's pretty intimidating because rarely do you ever see 8 people in a biker club. So I think I'd have to go with the Biker DLC. Although I will say some negatives. It took away the ability to wear a helmet or a bulletproof helmet and a mask, so that sucks. So you might have to deduct some points from that. And whether it's a glitch or if it's something that Rockstar is intentionally doing, it's wiped a ton of people's outfits, mine included. So that's another point you might have to deduct. But I think all in all, the Biker DLC is the best for me because the CEO update, although it was cool, I rarely go to my office anymore, and the office doesn't give you anything extra, really, like the clubhouse does. The clubhouse gives you the ability to store 10 other bikes. If you could have a 10-car garage in your office, then it'd be a little bit better. And I was not really a huge fan of the CEO work just because you'd have to pay for the crates you go out and get, and then usually you always get killed. I mean, at least I did, so whether that's because I suck or whatever else, you know, it doesn't matter. It's just, at least with the business biker DLC stuff, it's free. So if you lose it, it's not that big of a deal. And then some negatives for the other 2 updates, the stunts update, I mean, it added all these cars, but they never had any customization, and it really sucked because these cars were really awesome looking and they had great performance, but they all lacked in customization. And then speaking of customization, Benny's, the Lowrider DLC, it was great at first, but they didn't use Benny's to its full potential. I mean, you guys got a little glimpse of it with the Sultan RS and the Banshee. If we would have gotten a big DLC like the Sultan RS and the Banshee, that would be my number 1 because I absolutely love car customization. But the fact that that was just a little surprise DLC that came out in January and there was only 2 cars, one that kind of sucked, I think that, I mean, that's not big enough to put it up there with the Biker DLC. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section on all of the DLCs. I mean, if we had to go old school, for sure the high life business one, whatever the one that added the Zentorno, the Massacro. I mean, that was up until the bikers. I think that was probably my favorite. But yeah, let me know in the comments. I'm interested to hear what everyone has to say. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Drop a like on the video if you did enjoy. And if you're not already subscribed, I'd appreciate if you could do so you don't miss out on any other awesome GTA content. Anyway, that is it. As always, I'll see you guys in the next one.